Howdy YouTube. So I was just staring at my Blitzways here. So I got the little pilots down there. The base. The sword kind of blocks the green. Shield's not really in the way of the red. But I was just as I was looking at it, it crossed my mind, and it's crossed it quite a few times lately, because I guess people are kind of worried that something better is going to come out, and maybe someday. It's always a possibility, but if you're getting this, you want to make sure that's the one you're going to have due to the price. And what would it take to get this where it's obsolete? I don't see anybody doing that. I don't. I mean, if I'm being serious, what I would need in a Voltron to make this leave my collection, this is 15 inches. The black line by itself is almost 15 inches when it has its legs out. But, I mean, it would have to be much bigger, much more tune accurate, like white, where it was white in the cartoon. Much how they did with Optimus Prime MP44 here. And this is an actual Optimus Prime. I do have a KO for the truck mode down there. But, same with Soundwave here from Fans Toys. But it would have to be about as big as Devastator. And at least this build quality that Blitzway did. I don't see it leaving. They would have to round out this lion so it's exactly like the cartoon. Fully hide the legs. For those legs to totally hide and to get that round sleekness that his arms should have if you're going full on tune, that would be some serious transformation. Like 3 times as complex on those arm bots. And you'd have to do the same because in the tune, all you see is a circle here, So you'd have to hide this whole back part. And you'd have to fully hide this. And this would be much more sleek. And this would be a little bit longer here as thigh. There's things they can do, but none of it's easy. None of it at all. I'd also want tune in lion mode. And just thinking about that, if you do that size, you want the same quality, full tune accuracy, jeez. It's not really doable because the market's so saturated. I mean, you got the KOs or the smaller ones for casual Voltron fans. Big fans, you got the SOC, you got 3.0, you got Action Toys coming out with one. They're still doing they're not even colored yet, but they're coming out and they're pretty accurate. More accurate than this one, but much smaller. It's SOC size, if not even smaller than that. I think it was like actually 8 inches, maybe 9. So for someone to beat this, where it feels more premium, it's more accurate, and it has much more presence, that's what I would need to replace this. And, oh yeah, much bigger. My Devastator, that cost me $200. It's a flimsy piece of trash. Horrible quality, but from a distance, it looks like Devastator. I don't want that. I want a better quality Devastator. Devastator's iconic, just like Voltron, I would, in a heartbeat, buy a Fans Toys version of Devastator because they go full on tune, just like Soundwave. and a little bit off on the Dinobots, but that was before the full tune thing started catching on. You know, like he's almost full tune right there, a little bit more heroic, which is what we like. You know, got Skyfire over there. He's full tune, but with some heroic and a little bit more detail. For them to do a, say, 22-inch combiner of that quality with all the tune aspects in a saturated market, it would be almost impossible, because a lot of people aren't replacing their SOCs. Maybe 3.0 will take a few more out of the, you know, but they're already all over eBay, all the SOCs. People who love the SOC obviously still have it. And 3.0 is going to fill up that little notch who are of the people who are still looking for something a little bit more up to date. You know, with the, like the little panels and stuff. And a little bit more cartoony looking. So that'll do that. And there's just nothing left. You got super high end SOC, medium to high end, 3.0, medium to high end. You know, there's no room. I mean, unless somebody's going to do something that's like 500 units, super collectible. But I mean, what's that going to cost? What, $2,000? You know, it better be all metal with like, you know, I don't want to see like that. What's that, robotic Optimus Prime? If somebody tried to do something like that, that'd be silly. I hope they don't do that. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see it at all. Now, if someone was smart, you know, like X-Transbots, they could make a more rounded, like sleek arm that still goes with this set, and you can just plug it in right there. You know, if you're really worried about that. I'm not really worried about it. I like it how it is, but, you know, some people are a little bit more nitpicky, and they could do that, you know, easy peasy. Other than that, I just don't see anybody doing it. I can't think of a company besides Fans Toys. Maybe X-Transbots, but they'd have to go all in. Like, full resources to make something better than this. I mean, they design their own joints. All the ratchets and stuff are metal. A lot of people say these are all plastic. They're not. All the ratchets up in there are metal. Everything in the elbow, in the shoulder, that's metal. Same with everything up in here. That's all metal. This is metal. I believe these are metal here. All the ratchets and everything are metal. So they're going to last you a long time. I want to see that quality in a 22-inch figure that's fully tuned. You do that, I'll find a way to get it. But they're not going to make 500 of them. Nobody even makes 2,000 of anything anymore. They make 5,000, 10,000. So, you know, they probably made, 5,000 of these, you know. I don't know how much of it was for the U.S. market, but they couldn't have made too many more. They are still selling. These haven't sold out anywhere, except for like the mom and pop, you know, hometown chains. I hear a couple have sold out, but there's still 4 months. You could get this worldwide from Show Z. So I know people were scared about the QC issues and everything, but it's been out there for 4 months. So even with this, you know, the demand wasn't quite what they thought. So when these do finally run out, as far as the high end, like, man, they really hit it. Every time I come up here, I look at my other stuff, but my eyes always come back over to here. Not because it's the newest, but it just has that presence in either mode, or it just draws you in. This stuff here is worth more than these, but I just slowly go like this. It's like, oh, maybe it's the colors, but Transformers, you also have a lot of colors, It draws the eye in, but they just have that presence, you're just like slowly drawn to it. Got a bunch of Hot Toys up there. Need to light those up better, but for some reason, to me, this here is where my eyes end up after a while. I mean, I still enjoy all my collectibles, pardon the mess down here, but yeah, they're all super cool. I mean, that Knight Rider there is worth more than I paid for the Blitzways. Secondary or third market. Secondary market. But I'm just trying to rack my brain thinking about what could beat this. It wouldn't, if it was the same size with like a rounder lion. No, I wouldn't be interested. A little bit more hidden things on the legs, wouldn't be interested. Even if they met this quality, because this, to me, looks really good. I think they hit something like in between full tune and toy, and just captured the presence of what I thought Voltron was, with my 46-year-old filter from what I remember from the cartoon. So, I mean, yeah. I'd be curious to see, other than Fans Toys, they're stuck on Transformers. They still have 70 more to go before, a lot more than 70 actually, but they could probably do it. I could see them doing it. They got great quality, great paint. The joints, they still haven't figured out their first combiner as far as fully put together. I think they have 4 out of 5 complete, but they haven't figured out a hardcore Fans Toys quality combiner fully yet. So after they do that and they finish off all the Transformers in about 25-30 years, maybe they'll hit up a Voltron, but even then I just put them up here with the other ones. But I'm not worried about this getting beat. No way. I just don't see it happening. And if it did, the price would be $2,000 easy, because it would be small, small run, super elite stuff, probably custom made by some little group somewhere. And yeah, it would cost you an arm and a leg. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. And, while I was sitting down here and enjoying it and kind of thinking about that, I also kind of wanted to put up a video of the lions here. Man. Yeah, I've had this well over a month now, and it still draws my eye. I mean, you do get a little bit of the new car smell is worn off, but they're freaking beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Took me a while to figure out what to do with the pilots. Put them down there. I want to make a whole display just for these. I just haven't figured out quite what yet. But yeah, I'm curious when these are going to sell out. How many they made. I know we got the 4th run of these, fourth or maybe fifth too. Because with all the positive reviews as far as the US market, I mean, I've seen very few negative or fully negative reviews, so they had to have made quite a bit. But I believe they've been made for a couple months now. I don't think they're still making them. Because as soon as Blitzway put sold out on their site, which happened like 3 months ago, if not 4, that means they're done, as far as that figure. They may still have them in stock, or other places have them in stock, or waiting for shipments even, but they're not doing it again. So just be wary of that if you're kind of on the fence. It's just like those, what are those? The Ghostbusters figures, 1/6 scale that Blitzway made. They're not coming back. They redid the car for the new movie, but it's a lot different. So, just something to be wary of. Anyhow, y'all have a great one.